Hello, welcome back. First up, another round of horror attacks. All of our mages were killed. Even the ones who got bodyguards. Yeah, we're never going to survive those, I don't think. Next up, some battles. We took Unsea. So this is the little army that's moving towards this throne. So far so good. We also saw Ruva attacking Umbra. So this is Zoko's throne that Itsmu is sieging. And Ruva kills all of the sieges. So is this one of the horrors that can eat thrones through forts? I don't know. But that was here. Ruva is still sieging. So I guess we'll keep an eye on what happens here. Might be nice if a throne actually goes. And there's also a battle in the Soaked Earth, which is just the mercenaries taking a province back for us. A couple of random events. Nothing else too interesting happened, I don't think. Just some patrolling. And this is a pretty simple turn. Our god is still dead, so we're still just calling god. This little stack is still sitting here. I assume it's going to move in though. So the big red arrow is just my Cyclops. So my Cyclops is moving down. Maybe he can fight a bunch of water elementals, I don't know. I'm going to move him to Kurgnir. There's some additional mages here that can kind of help him. Are we recruiting here? We could get like a an astral mage to buff him somehow as well. I'm just going to sit my Cyclops and some buffers in this province with a load of PD for when this army moves forwards. And we'll see if the Cyclops can kill all those water elementals. Probably not, but you know. Gotta try and stall that army. Can't let it just burn down all my temples here. I don't want to move my giant stack off this throne though. Maybe I'll move some of it, I don't know. But we'll just try and defend something here, if we can. We also have this little army proceeding towards this throne. My flying Etherlord is heading over. I don't want to move this Etherlord immediately with the army though. It could join up with them this turn. He's just going to stay back, sort of out of sight, until we get a bit nearer. It's imperative that some of the communion slaves survive, so that this guy can actually cast Horror Marks, because it's an S7 spell. We need at least 4 slaves. Maybe just 2 if we cast Power of the Spheres or whatever. We'll see what happens, but we're still just trying to get here, or here. Maybe this one would be better, I don't know. This one just has so many commanders, it would be nice to Horror Mark them all. But we'll see if we can even survive. And other than that, the only thing I'm trying to do this turn is just Forge. We do have an S6 here, who I've given a bottle. I'm going to have him try to forge a Ring of Sorcery. And then I'm also forging another Ring of Returning for if my god comes back and we can try that again. But since the globals list is empty, I was thinking we could maybe try having this guy cast otherworldly commanders. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. We might just lose an S7 mage to a horror attack. But he currently has no horror marks, so we can give it a shot, I suppose. I don't know. I'm forging it anyway, just in case we want to use it. We have tons of gens, not many pearls now, but we can always alchemize stuff. But that's it for this turn. Still just waiting. Maybe this will be something that happens. I don't know. But that's the turn. That's the turn 109. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We managed to get both of our items forged, and nobody died. Thankfully. Well, one little Lilithfor's giant that was on bodyguard duty died, but besides that... It feels like the water elemental is what did most of the work, though. Because I'm going to have to take the bottle off this guy in order to give him the ring to cast the spell, so... I hope he's able to survive a horror attack when he casts this global. Stone Heavens, more fireballs. That's that throne. So, I'm going to try and ram some more mages back into that fortress. Diaportant, Zoko cast a global enchantment. Not sure what... Doesn't feel like anything's actually gone off though. I think we've lost some globals since, because I remember Zoko put Gift of Health back up at some point, right? It seems to have gone. Our god woke up, we lost another level of astral magic. We can still try doing the horror mark thing though. Bunch of assassinations. Lost Land was attacked by the Eater of Dreams. My death throne. So I'll just turbo through it. It's not too bad. Aegon lands on us. He does his big cone attack. Hit him with lots of bolts. You don't quite kill him with the quick bolts. But if he was dead now, that would be good. But it took 3 turns, unfortunately. We lost a few units. And a couple of mages, but we can replenish those guys pretty easily. So, still no throne changes yet. We also saw Zoko breaking siege against Ruva. But, yeah, the Doom Horror is still not really doing much damage to anyone's armies. There's Umbra as well. Not much really changing in the terms of thrones, unfortunately. Other battles are just random exchanges with Zoko. Our little army that's marching towards his throne is safely over here. I'm glad that the fireballs hit this, and not this. So this little army continuing its slow march. I do like watching the death by paralysis stuff. So we're still marching. And that's basically it for messages as well. 2 worldwide events, what are those? Cluster of 5 stars shining brightly. A good omen of luck and fertility. Also, the barrier that separates the horrors of the void from this world has gone. Yeah. I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions about the state of the world. Okay, so here's this turn now. Still not much happening, but I am moving out some stuff now. I have a scout, and also my cool mage. The scout's been given some winged shoes and the banner of the Northern Star. He can kind of hide in provinces. And this guy is just flying out. Regular style into mag. My scout can't quite get with the army, which is why I'm using a scout, so that he can stealth to here, and then stealth into this province. But the Ether Lord is just coming with the army now, just spamming Soul Sundering at the moment. Again, all I'm trying to do is just horror mark all the mages here to kill them off quickly. Whether or not this is going to be effective, I don't know, but I'm just trying to do something. So the march is almost complete. If we made it this far, he might not try and intercept us either. He might just go, well, this guy's running for the throne, who cares, I've got so much defense here. So we might make it safely there now if we've gotten this far. We'll see. My god is awoke, so I'll give him the usual items. It requires S7 to cast the Horror Mark spell, so I'm going to have to use an additional pearl just to cast it. But he's got 30 pearls on his person, so it's going to teleport him back into Comseth. We'll see if it actually gets off this turn. Probably not. Alchemized a bunch of gems into pearls this turn in order to cast the Otherworldly Commanders Global. So we'll see if Risky Topping is able to cast this or not. I should probably give him more bodyguard now that I think about it. This guy would be a cool bodyguard. And then 2 of these things. Alright, there's your bodyguards. Best of luck to him casting that. And this stack did not aggress, so my Cyclops is going to take Commuforth. About time we own this province. And then I guess just menace in this area to try and defend against the push. We can stick a bunch of mages here in my Cyclops, and you can defend the choke. Which isn't really a choke because Zoko can just move these stacks through the water, of course, but you get the idea. Other than that, just moving priests around, putting new temples in, including a temple here. Moving some stuff to Ragton to defend against this little army, which is just these guys. A couple of Astral Mages should blow this guy up and that'll be fine. And that's it for this turn. Our income is surprisingly good considering we've lost all these provinces and it's Cataclysm. Still 5k. Pretty nice. I'm still doing mage recruitment in all my forts. And also getting down temples too. Built a new temple in this province this turn. But that's it for turn 110. So thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. First up, Dernan the Shadow Seer was suddenly attacked by a Mind Slime horror. So this guy actually had a bottle, and it just wasn't enough. I had this guy forging a new Banner of the Northern Star, so that's a shame. Farewell to him. Diaportant, Lilithors has recast Mechanical Man, I think? But it didn't go through. I think whoever cast it just died. We then tried to cast Otherworldly Commanders, and Risky Topping was attacked by Defiler of Dreams. We got three bodyguards in the battle. Did not get the big guy, but Starfires takes care of it. So we successfully cast Otherworldly Commanders, which is pretty cool. Then tried to cast Teleport with my god. We got attacked by Umor, I think his name is. Yeah. I think I should probably accept that I'm never going to be able to do anything with my god ever again. He's too horror marked, unfortunately. A bit of a shame. Then a bunch of commanders got assassinated as usual. We attacked Mewforth with the Cyclops. Get to see him in action. Apparently he refuses to cast lightning resistance, he does Blade Wind instead. I guess having 10 shock res is enough for him. But you know, he's pretty tough. Let's get rid of some troglodytes. So we finally have Mewforth back in our possession, as it always should have been. Sort of battling Gold Mountain, some heretics with no leader. Doko took Triton Sea. We took Sea of Rond and Mag. There was also a report from the Rusty Badlands over here. So the army that's been moving towards Commerceth was actually hit by fireballs, unfortunately. 77 units were hit, 39 were killed. Among those was a major stargazer. Our big guy does have a fire resist ring, as does the guy who's been flying out with the banner. They'll be safe at least. But yeah. Had some casualties, unfortunately. We'll do what we can, though. Some pretty uninteresting events, some plague and stuff again. Trolling. And that's it. So first up over here, we're closing in on the throne. It's possible he just moves like 100 water relays to Tezzavor now to defend, and just kind of easily dispatches us. But I'm just going to keep walking in anyway. We'll just try to get adjacent to the throne if we can with what we have. If we don't, that's too bad. If we do, then we can try horror marking the people on this turn next turn. Judging by how badly my god is doing, I think laying down a bunch of horror marks is going to be pretty good. It should take out all the mages gradually. In Mag, though, since we now own that, I am bidding on a bunch of mercenary companies. I let the ghosts expire so we could move them over here. We can push into all these provinces with mercenaries if things go wrong. So it still lets us do some raiding over here now quite conveniently, which is good at least. But we'll try to do something over here. Elsewhere in the world, you may see even more red arrows than usual. Otherworldly Commanders did take. It is still up. And yeah, we have a bunch of Ether Warriors all over the place now. So some of them are apotropaic, so they have an apotropaic weapon, which has Halt Demon on it. Some of them are small, so they're size 2. That's about it. Some of them are regular guys, like this one. Pretty standard Ether Warriors. And then some of them are enchanted, which is pretty funny. Because I think they get additional magic resistance, but they also get an enchanted Moonblade, which means it does 2 times damage versus magic beings. But of course, Moonblades already get 2 times versus magic beings, so it's not really all that interesting. But that's lots of little Ether Warriors walking around the place now, which is cool. So I'm going to do 3 things with them, really. Some of them will just patrol thrones and help fight horrors, because the ×2 versus magic beings is pretty good, killing horrors. Some of them are going to try and take water provinces, because all the Ether guys are amphibious, so we'll just start throwing those underwater. Another guy's just going to group up There's a nice little group of Ether Warriors, even if we don't give them any actual items. They've got great stats. They're ethereal. And they have very, very hard-hitting magic weapons, so we'll just start grouping them up and maybe do something a bit more interesting with them. But that's nice. We got about a dozen this turn, so it's pretty good. We'll get more if our Dominion is higher. It's a shame we lost Dominion over here, but yeah. It's still rock solid around my cap. My cap is still 10, and I'm building a temple in White Waste this turn, so this area should get quite a few. And this area isn't too bad either. Aboibia is 10 Dom. Stone Heavens is only 6. But this little bit in between is pretty good for Dominion. And Throne is 8. We can probably improve the Dominion over here if we put down temples here next. The provinces where we're patrolling will be good for temples. These ones not so much because they're all like 200 unrest, 170, 270. But we'll try and keep the unrest down in this region and start replacing the temples that we've lost underwater. Should be good. Over here, the Cyclops and a couple of friends going to try and take Cedarwood. It possibly defends it, but we'll head in anyway. We got Shadow Seer from an event this turn, so he's going to give the Cyclops luck and twist fate. Cyclops will just try and chop up some more trolleys. I'll bring over a group of distractors as well, why not? So they'll attack Cedarwood. My guys in Ragden are going to defend Summer Bay, just in case it moves up. So, got a bunch of Ether Warriors over here as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not doing anything else too special besides that. Priests are back on call, god duty, but yeah. I think my god might be a lost cause at this point. But that's it for this turn. My guy who cast the global didn't even pick up a horror mark yet. I think he might be safe for a while. I put the bottle back on him though. He's got his bodyguards. I was wondering if, I don't know, leaving him with his Moonblade, is that better? Not sure. It looks like this at the moment though. I was going to look if there was any other globals we could try casting, but I don't think there's anything too interesting. Nothing within reach. We could get to D5 with the ring. Any D globals that are interesting? Deathly Transformations requires air. Did you have air? No. We have an air booster in the stash somehow. I noticed this a couple of turns back. I have no idea where we got this from or how. But it's there if we can boost someone up in air. Nature's the other one we could try doing. Although I'm not sure if the nature mages we have would stay alive quite as well as the Ether Lords do. But I guess I'll check for nature globals next. I'll do that after the turn's gone though. For now that's the turn. That was turn 111. I'll leave it there. One other thing I should probably just highlight is, yeah, this turn is under siege by Hoover at the moment. So I assume Citroni's gonna knock him off now, but we have a scout we could actually get there to watch what happens. Been recruiting them here. Can't quite move that far. I don't think we have a nearby scout. I could scry if I no one in my cap. I would like to see this battle. Guys aren't stealthy. Scout here, can't move. Alright. Oh, maybe this one? No. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to see that battle, unfortunately. You're stealthy. What if I give you a wing to choose? Ah, alright. So we might be able to see what happens here next turn. Good. So that's turn 111. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello, welcome back. We received 69 air gems from Zatopek. Haha, nice. Also, for God's sake, please end this, end this. I think this game has gone on so long. People have started to suffer psychic damage IRL. Report from Mag. Storm of Fireballs. Zoko is still desperately trying to hammer this little army with fireballs. We have kept most of the mages alive though, which is pretty good. Not many units now. But yeah, that was another Storm of Fireballs. The big guy and the banner carrier both have fire rings though, so they're fine at least. Diaportant, Gift of Health has gone back up from Zoko. Couple of exchanges again. I I'll just show these on the map. So Zoko took this, we took this, and then over here we took this. Zoko's in these provinces. We wanted to take this with the mercenaries. I threw one Ether Lord at Embracer. He does fine. The problem is that these Tritons have poison spears, so he just constantly takes poison damage. Is it poison spears, or is it, yeah? So eventually he dies. I guess he gets poked in the end as well. So one Ether Warrior, not quite enough to take provinces against 6 points of province defense, but maybe a few more will be fine. Not very interesting events. Worldwide event occurred. Aegon, the Eater of Dreams, is eating people's dreams. Battle in Sound Forest. So, I guess at some point Zoko enslaved Scabiel? That's pretty funny. Yeah, so Zoko is marching a unit version of the Maker of Ruins at us. So that was in this province. So my fortress has been destroyed here as well, which is pretty funny. It appears on the map as just a marrow, because last time I think I saw a marrow in this province. But I didn't really think much of it. But yeah, towering over the marrow is a huge Maker of Ruins. Probably should have led with that. So the Maker is there. That's basically it. The Golden Throne was destroyed by Ruva. It doesn't look like Citron even tried to knock him off. That's a shame. I was hoping we'd at least see something happen. But that just does mean that the game is a bit closer to ending, I suppose. I only need 10 points. You've got 7, Zoko has 9, so it's still most likely that Zoko's going to win, but well, we'll keep plugging away. Maybe we can change that. But that's it for messages. We also bought all the mercenaries. We've got literally every mercenary company at the moment. Alright, so a few little things. Our god still has not woken up. We have lots of Ether Warriors all over the place who are just kind of moving around. We're building up a few in Ivermark at the moment. There's quite a few at this little army in the Summer Bay now as well. So that's all cool. Over here, these guys can actually move into Comseth this turn. They're scripted to do... So the S2 mages have all been given 1 pearl, except this one guy. He's not in the province. But the other guys have all been scripted with 1 pearl to do improved halt foes for 4 turns, or 3 turns. This is the 25% cast time paralyze spell. And then they try to plug themselves into the communion, and then they do a lesser version of the Horror Mark thing. So this is a much easier version of the battlefield-wide Horror Mark spell, but it's only 3 Horror Marks. It only requires S4 to cast, and only 125% cast time. So as long as we have the banner in the battle and at least 2 slaves, these guys should be able to cast this. The big guy, of course, is gonna... I was unsure whether or not to try and put him into the communion or not, but he can get in with an Earth spell for 50% cast time, then do time stop, which is only 125. So this is barely into turn 2 of the battle, and then he tries to do the big 350% cast time Horror Mark spell. And that's basically it. There's nothing else too different here. There's this guy who's just summoning a Ziz. There's one of the mercenary companies. That mercenary company can actually move all the way here, which is very useful. Yeah, in terms of army, we don't really have much. I've got some ghosts here. I've got a couple of like miscellaneous things here. I've got my communion slaves and some bodyguards at the back. And then 3 mages slightly further forwards, including the important guy. Where's the banner guy standing? Not sure where to put him. Maybe there. You don't want to be vulnerable to like attack rear, but you also want stuff in front of you, and you also don't want to clump together because of AoE spells. I don't know. It's just positioned like this. I'm not sure we're going to get any of these spells off, if I'm being honest, but it's set up like that, and we'll give it a shot. The other mercenary company is just going to move into these 2 provinces. We'll see if they can do anything. I haven't checked their scripts now that I think about it. Looks fine to me. Best of luck to them. Over here, I'm just moving a few things to Neck. I assume if he's walking around with the Maker of Ruins, he must know that this is not going to work if he moves into it, but he might try to delete another fortress. So, I've got a few things moving over. They're going to do a little communion that basically just spams different types of arcane bolts. And then I've got an Ether Warrior who, we had a Slave Collar sitting in the stash, so I've given that to him to give him 30 morale and some flying shoes. So he's just on hold and attack rear. Because the Maker of Runes is only a unit at the moment, so I don't think he'll stay around if we kill the commander, right? So all we need is something to just land on the commander and kill it, and I think this route... I don't know. I'm not sure how enslaved unit versions of Doom Horrors behave. But that's all that's doing. And up here, yeah, we've got a nice little army sitting here now that's got a bunch of Ether Warriors, and they've got this Cyclops army now that also has a couple of mages with it. We could merge these up and try and do something to this throne as well. That's also possible. Quite a few Ether Warriors building up in this fort too. We'll do something more interesting over here, I think. Now just defending some coastlines. But that's it for this turn. So fingers crossed we do something here, I don't know. Just getting off a few horror marks would be nice. This throne looks very small relative to what it used to be. Wasn't it over 700 units at one point? That's pretty interesting. But anyway, that is the turn. So that was turn 112. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.